this is for these women that have the idea that just because a woman, man, is dealing with another woman and she doesn't, pounce on him about it, that she has low self-esteem. That is so far from the truth. That is not even, one, is not scriptural. Two, is not, it's not in any, historical, ancient writings or anything like that. And it's not customary. It's not anciently customary for you to think that way. You're thinking about that because the proverb says that these Egyptians were made to look like Egyptians, but they'll have another man's mind. Y'all have another man's mind.
No.
So let me tell you how we got another man's mind. Here I'm reading something. It goes into the Dawes Rolls, but what's important is there was an 1882 act, right? In 1882, there was an act called the Interior. This was done by the Interior Secretary, and his name, y'all can look this up. His name was Henry M. Teller, right? Teller. Henry M. Teller. He called attention to the great hindrance of Indian customs. Now, take out the word Indian, because when you translate that word from other cultures, it does not say Indian, it says indigenous. All right, so it's indigenous. All right, but for all intents and purposes, we can call it Indians. I'm an Indian too. Your grandmama probably was an Indian or something like that. We always got these stories about in our families. My grandmother, my grandfather was an Indian. Well, true. That's true.
No, my family taught me they were white people, just European white people.
Okay.
I was never taught that.
All right. Well,
The
European.
difference between the European and
How?
the quote unquote Native Americans, right?
Europeans, and so you got Native American, then you have American Indian, and then you have Africans, and then you have quote unquote what we call white people. When I say white, I mean WIGHT white. Okay, look that up. But
get this compliment, but I is getting comfortable.
But this was called it was called the Indian Offenses, the Code of Indian Offenses, and it ran from 1882 till 1934, right? Where we were not allowed to practice, and this is what it says. It was called the Court of Indian Offenses, consisting of 3 Indians appointed by the Euro white man's Indian agent. Right, and there's another book out there. It's called the Jewish and Crypto-Jewish Surnames. If you ever get that book, they're talking about in there. They call them Indian traders. Trading what? Okay. So it was established at each Indian agency. The court would serve as judges to punish offenses. They outlawed the behavior, including the participation in traditional dances and feasts and polygamy, reciprocal gift giving, and funeral practices.
Why like polygamy? What's
Why?
the emphasis on polygamy?
Because this is what this was. That's what this really was about. It was
or polyandryism, right?
Polyandry is very rare.
Yeah, not
but,
really.
Not today it isn't, because.
Right.
You got this new age, right? That they don't see no wrong. They don't think that their life depends on this stuff right here, because it's old.
Are you done with your book so we can get on?
Yeah, no, just
focus?
about. But I want to get to the point.
Excuse me. He has a channel too, you guys. I'm just trying to recall what it's called and how to get it active for him, because he wants to be really mean on his own personal channel, but we'll tell you about that another time.
Well, mean or direct. That's two different things. There's difference when you're being direct and being mean.
He told somebody, in the comments, you guys, he said, go drink 3,000 shores.
3,000 miles of shore water.
What?
Yeah.
Is that mean? That's mean.
Well,
drown yourself.
What I'm saying is, you came to this country at some point. I didn't come here. I've been here. you know. So you're going to come to this country and tell us what we're going to do and try to tell us about our ways and our customs and our laws, and you being here 2.2 seconds.
Okay, now,
You know what I'm saying?
no, we're supposed to be talking about
Anyways.
what it's like to be the black sheep in the black family.
Well, this will make you a black sheep in the black family right here.
So, you know how this is what I was taught, or what I seen growing up in a mostly white school. White women with red hair are called with the gingers, and usually have the green eyes. They're really pretty women, but they're kind of feisty, right? So the red hair, green eyed women. I lost my topic. What were we talking about?
I was trying to.
If
Well,
you
we
were
hadn't really
dummy.
got to the topic yet. What I was trying to do is I was
Whoa, I went way off, huh?
we wasn't really got to the topic. What I was trying.
No, it was the black sheep of the black family.
Yeah, the black sheep. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. This right here will make you the black sheep of the black family.
I was explaining in my way though. I
Yeah.
said that's what it would be like to be the black sheep of a white family is a redhead. But you cut me off. Like you always
Okay.
talking, I cut you off.
Okay, well, whatever. What I was trying to get to was this right here.
You gonna,
They talked about, they women. In 18, think about this right here, 1882, it's 2024 now. All it takes is anywhere from one generation to change your whole life. Everything that you do, 10 years is all it takes for somebody doing something repetitively, right? And then that becomes genetic after a while. And you think that it's natural because this is what we do. We think that it's natural for a man to have one woman, right, one wife, right? And we think it's natural for a woman to skip around and have more than one man, all
No,
right?
we don't think that's natural.
Yes, we do. Today's age,
Oh,
these women,
yeah, today,
today
current
these
day.
women, the current day, these women think that stuff is natural. They
Back
think,
in the day when they did it, they didn't talk about it.
that's right. You
know?
think that you can have more than one man, and you can. But here's the difference right here. You can get pregnant one time, right? And he can get multiple women pregnant in the same day. But you only gonna get it one time. Now, which one is more natural? But anyways, what I'm saying is,
God, no.
yeah.
You ain't gonna tell them how you be
No,
saying
no,
it,
no, no.
'cause
I'm not gonna do that.
I dare you. You be trying so tough, y'all.
No,
You said what now?
no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is this right here. Wouldn't it, if you read your scriptures, you who are spiritual, and you who are the children, supposedly the children of God, whatever God that is, if he tells you that, if you know scientifically, let's talk about science. Before I don't even want to say the scriptures. If you go to any local hospital and see the number of women, female children being born to male children, that should tell you something right there, because that number is anywhere between 6 to 1.
Ooh wee.
The scripture talks about how that God hates an unjust weight. So if one male is being born every day to 6 females, that doubles every single day. So now you got 12 to 2, so on and so on. You see what I'm saying?
It's
So you
basic
see how
math,
that's gonna be
right?
out of bounds? Yeah.
Basic math.
It's basic cosmology, if you will. We say math, but it's cosmology, and it's really pretty simple. How do you think that you nabbing that one man, and you got 5 other sisters out there that don't have no man on her? She got a man on her arm. You ain't got no man on your arm. Okay? So how do you think that these other women are not going to be gunning for that one man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
this tells me that that you're not thinking logically. You're the one with low self-esteem.
So you know what? With all due respect and all, like I don't think they can tell me much about how to keep a man. I don't think there's much they can do.
That's what I mean. She
It's
got a
not
man
like-
on her arm.
It's not like that I'm apt not to listen to anybody else's opinion, because I think that old saying back in the day said, you can learn a lot from a dummy. So I'm open to listen.
Listen, it's funny that people.
Made me look. Wait, I wrote my note down. It says, you mentioned that in another video. Like, what is a power couple? a power couple to you guys is, or the world is, who? Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Rich people.
Oh, there you go. We cut that short right there.
Rich people.
So there's no way. I'm not looking to be a power person though. I hope God grant us with a little bit of money so we can go do a little things. That's it. I'm not trying to be
know,
powerful.
Mr. and Mr. Smith was a power couple. Well.
Y'all young folk don't know who it is. I know.
Yeah. You think that's a power couple?
Look it up. You tired telling y'all look it up, right?
So, what we think is a power couple is not a power couple. It has, that's what the world is telling y'all, and that's not really how it is. I mean, it's like we can see with our own eyes what's really going on in the world. Men are sleeping with this woman sleeping with that man, married too.
Tell them to
Because
go
they
see that
can't-
movie. There's a
What-
movie that you didn't like it so much. It's called The Great. The movie that I'm hooked on is a series.
Oh, you talking about?
Man, I need to do a review on that. The Great.
Great.
The Great.
50 Shades of Grey?
I just said The Great. How did you get 50 Shades of Grey out
The
of
Great.
that? Let's see. That's what's.
I don't know what movie you're
Great.
talking about.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've been watching this series like all week, and it's called The Great, and I found it on Disney, and
Oh,
it's through maybe
yeah.
Hulu.
yeah.
But it's good because they're talking, not giving my own like professional opinion, just my version. I'm sorry, and then we're a little bit off track. We're gonna get back, but the movie's good because it shows you what you're really thinking. But most people would never ever say those things, but they living their life through their real words, and I'll let that be that.
Yeah, well, you was dealing with an emperor, all right? If you because you're talking about kingdoms, well, you got empires, then you have kingdoms, and then you have dominions in that, right? In that day, and still in certain countries, you ain't gonna tell that emperor what he can do and what he can't do because you'll come up short.
Off with your head.
Yeah, you come up short, But so that's not really off subject necessarily. But I was saying this because our way of life has been stolen away from us, right? What we are doing is unnatural, right? And I'm not. This is by no way saying that men can go out and just randomly just be with any woman they want to be. No, that's not the way it's supposed to be either. I would prefer not to have to deal with extraterritorial women. You know what I'm saying? At all, if you know what I mean when I say extraterritorial. But in this big world, there's a possibility that those things are going to happen, right? It all depends on how you handle it. But the reason why we're not doing it is because they prevented us, they created a law that prevented us from practicing our own customs and our traditions long years ago. And you're not cognitive of this because nobody's ever told you about this right here, right? And then even sometimes when we do know about these things, we are ignorant of it because it's ignorant. We're deliberately ignoring the truth that is before our face, which means that you are a disobedient person. Right? How can you be telling me that you're a child of God and you spiritual and all this other stuff like that? And you can see in these scriptures how these men had other wives, right? And Abraham was called the friend of God, and he had more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? And it's in the New Testament and in the Old Testament. So don't tell me that these women have low self-esteem. They understood their place. They understood their order. They understood that there's more of them than it is of us. And there's two things that can happen. That's why this is why we got so much doggone I won't use the word homosexual or lesbianism because that's not a good term. That's not a proper name. That's too derogatory, if you will. But these same sex relationships.
LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about.
That's why we have so much of it.
LGTP plus gay community.
Alphabet community, whatever.
There you go. The easier way.
The reason why we have so much of that is because we have been browbeated out of our natural order.
We love our family though. mean, it's in every family just about now.
What is?
What we're talking about,
It-
the LGBTQ.
Yeah,
it's
it
in
is.
our family, and we love
Yeah.
them.
That, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
but it's not a shot again. It's not that type of thing. What I'm trying to say is that if you just look at the natural order of things right there, we can see what it is. You can lie to yourself and tell you that, and trick your body and your mind that it's not. But you're gonna start taking on those energies that have tricked your mind to get you to do those things. And that's what I mean when we say, see, we got to go back to this blood thing. What up, blood?
But
Okay, so what like they say, what's in your wallet? What's in your blood?
you just took their. You can't say their commercial.
I don't care. What's in your blood?
What's in your blood?
See?
Come on.
So what kind of generational curses are we carrying? What kind of mentalities are we carrying and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Now I'll explain this to my wife of 39 years.
Today is our anniversary.
Yes, it is. Today
Man,
is our
it'd be nice if
anniversary.
somebody
yes.
cash out for about $20,000, bruh.
What you gonna do with that?
I'm just gonna say, how about that?
You gonna get your hair did?
How about
You gonna get your nails?
My hair is done. I don't get my nails done. I do my own nails. I let them people. I do my own nails. Hello. That's all I said. And then
Well, that is kind of true. You do your own
we're
stuff.
gonna cut
sometimes.
because we're going over that 20-minute mark.
Well,
I'm too lazy.
it's
to
not
get
20
up.
minutes, but it's 17. Listen, y'all. Listen. Here's the deal.
I almost got choked. You
Yeah,
said,
I'm sorry.
Listen, Linda, don't do that. That little girl is probably rich now, huh?
Well, my auntie, her
Remember
name
her?
is Linda too. So,
No, y'all know that little girl.
Yeah.
Listen, Linda.
but
Y'all wait, I'm gonna figure out how to clip them people in too. You just watch.
but again, this is not intended to slight anybody, but I'm just showing you that the reason why we do the things that we do, and we don't understand it. We think that it's God, right? Because they told you, and you reading the scriptures, but who narrated those scriptures? If you look at these old laws, right? You look at these old laws that they've got written way back in the 1500s, the 1600s, and then you read them old laws and then read the scriptures and you tell me that they're not making these laws based on their own idea of what they think it's supposed to be, right? And so you're trapped into believing a lie, because why? The scriptures already told you that men would rather believe a lie than the truth. When the truth comes to you, it ain't always pretty. When the prophet come to you, you don't even recognize who he is. And you think that you following God. But these men have created this doggone Bible based off of their own concepts that are in their own minds, and they got you following it.